Yeah, so if you guys want to check out the Buzz APIs, go ahead and find these guys downstairs. I, on the other hand, will be heading the Maps API CodeLab. So if you are interested in getting set up and building your very first map, or maybe you just want to play more around with different features of the API, I have a CodeLab that I had set up for you guys. And let me take a moment to try to bring up the CodeLab doc, which has a link in it for all of you guys to access.
Everyone has a purpose in life.
Go to another site, probably.
These are not the droids you were looking for. I would.
Don't do that in real life.
This is a trained professional.
Okay. So, thank you. So, if you look at the top right corner, that's the URL to this published document, which contains various sort of lab sections of using the Google Maps API. And the way that I structured it as well, there's different sections, and it talks about getting started with the Maps API. And there's a sort of a sequence of exercises that you can go through for those of you who are very new to the API. This is the first time you're ever using it. It's got just some basic stuff for you to set up, which is, obviously you're going to put a map on a web page. It's going to take you through adding markers, centering your position on a map. What else? It's going to add an info window, drawing some polylines and polygons, and then registering like some map event listeners. So they're just basically exercises. But if you want to do something more interesting, if you go down further, I have started this sequence of CodeLabs. There's about 4 of them, and the reason is because this CodeLab was originally meant to be done in approximately about 4 hours, but you guys really only have maybe an hour and a half at most, or something like that. So I wouldn't expect you guys to be able to finish everything, but if this is something that's interesting to you, this takes you through sort of an overview, guides you through building a map application, which pulls in a JSON, pulls in a feed from some geo content provider, which I highlighted. You can either use Twitter or you can use Flickr API, the Picasso Web Data, Albums API is also a good choice. But there's tons of stuff out there. Or if you have your own geo content, right, that you want to maybe upload to Fusion tables and then import that in as a layer, you can do that as well. But the general exercise is to build an application and then go through the steps and process of powering your application with some geo content that's pulling in through a feed or something like that. And so the example that I created was a map that pulls in photo feeds from Flickr API using their JSON data format. And so at the very bottom of, I guess, the first lab and the second lab, you can see like my own examples of maybe sort of like where your map would sort of be after that lab would be finished, and so what it could look like. Really? Someone's playing a cruel joke on me today. Give me 2 seconds. So this should work. So just like has basically links to set up. Those links will be broken, but if you just go to the trunk level of the URL in there, and then you drill down to DevFest 2010 into Singapore, there should be a bunch of links that has. You can't see that. That has CodeLab, 1, 2, easy, and so forth. And so here's just one example of what your map might look like after going through the very first CodeLab, where you set up a map, you're setting up, a bounding box query that pulls in a JSON feed from the Flickr API, takes those results and plots them onto the map using markers, and then opens up info windows, which shows the photo inside. there's more than that. You'd want something more than a white screen. So I don't know if it's going to load or not, but hopefully if you guys go downstairs, you'll get stronger signals. But just let me take you back to the doc. This is basically has all the information you need to go ahead and get started. Really, it's up to you guys to go to the documentation. We also have simple map examples. For a lot of things with code, obviously the best place to start is just copy a simple map example. Copy that HTML file down to your own local disk and just run that into a browser, and then start from there. So I'm going to leave this up for a few more minutes, and I guess we'll see you guys downstairs. If you have any questions, like Tim said, even if it's just general math questions, if it's not something that the CodeLab it's related to that, I'll be more than happy to answer that as well. All right.
So we're all going downstairs. We're going to hang out. It's going to be awesome, right?
Yes.
What else? Anything else? Oh, I have an announcement.
Here's my example.
Would you come here for a moment, Bob?
Oh, that's a very good point. Let me get mine as well. We're sort of competing.
The boys have toys for you.
The hat actually has nothing to do with it. It was just also in the bag. So we have Buzz t-shirts, which you cannot get anywhere except from
Yeah, I don't even
here.
have one, because he won't give me one.
Nope, I won't. You can't have one.
We also have Maps t-shirts.
Finally, emotion out of this room, just over t-shirts.
So ours has a very nice Buzz symbol on the front, and it says Google Buzz on the left sleeve.
We have a cool marker and
Oh, they can't hear you. Sorry. Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Well, I guess the idea, I think we're both, so the idea is if you guys do choose to work on a GeoCodeLab or a BuzzLab, either one, if you do decide to work on it, you build something cool, I'll be more than happy to leave you guys with a special gift.
While supplies last. Yeah, if you're doing something awesome on Buzz, while supplies last, get a t-shirt. But as we come around, we're going to be pretty free with also some Buzz stickers. Now, I don't think there are any map stickers. So that might be an indication of which route you should take.
There are really cool DevFest shirts that you got today that you really love, right? So you may go home with 2 shirts, possibly 3.
You know what could be cool is if you did a Maps/Buzz mashup, huh? Bridging the world.
Pulling down a Buzz feed, I don't know if you can do this on the client side, pulling down a Buzz JSON feed and plotting those Buzz status geotag updates onto a map. That would be an amazing way to get maybe both shirts. I don't know.
Could be hosted on App Engine, and you can debug it in Chrome.
And could someone win your hats?
What about my hat?
Could someone win your hats?
No. I have another week that I need to keep my head warm, so I'm going to keep it. But thank you for almost giving away my hat.
And yes, you can get those on the client side.
Oh, the hats? The hat you can buy. There's a Google store.
No, the Buzz posts, you can grab them on the client side.
Oh.
Okay, everybody go downstairs.
See you guys downstairs.
Okay, bye for now. See you very soon.
We'll be back up here at 6:30, please, and at that point we'll conclude and say goodbye and do all fun stuff.
So back up here at 6:30?
Yes, please.
Okay, we're coming back up here at 6:30 because it is just so cool hanging out in an egg.